Okay, guys. So, welcome to Miss Rachel's class. Let's have a look at our class rules as always. Okay, so today we're continuing doing our Finding Nemo movie study. So, for homework, I asked you to complete part two's timeline. So, let's just go through this together. So, what's happening here in the first part of the timeline? What happens here? Marlin meets who? Simon, can you tell me?
He bumped to Dory and he meet Dory.
Very good. He bumps into Dory and therefore he meets Dory, and we find out that Dory has a problem. What is Dory's problem, Zui Ming?
Dory's problem is short memory.
Very good. Short-term memory loss. Good job. Well done, guys. So in the first part, Marlin met Dory. She tried to help him, but she had problems with her memory, and this really angered Marlin. He didn't like that at all. Okay, then what happens? Who do Marlin and Dory meet after that? Buh.
Yes, and uncle.
And Anchor, and very good. Well done, Buh. So they meet Bruce, Anchor, and Chum. Very good. They're very friendly sharks. The friendly sharks who don't want to eat fish. They're trying their best to be vegetarian. They're trying their best to be herbivores. Okay, then what happens? Then Marlin and Dory are fighting over the mask. The mask hits back at Dory and makes her nose bleed. What happens after this? Jenny.
Then Dory blood go to Bruce's nose, so his eye is turned
His
black.
eyes, good girl, his eyes turn black and he goes crazy. He is powerless. He cannot control himself. So when this happens, all of his inhibitions go out the window and all he wants to do is eat the fish, which is very sad. Okay, so Bruce smells Dory's blood and tries to eat them. Then there's a big explosion and we go to the tank gang with Nemo. So what happens here, Nancy?
Yeah, next thinking. Now Nemo is very scared when he's in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
And
Good girl.
and he goes and he yells, "Daddy! Daddy! Daddy!
Mm-hmm.
Where are you, Daddy?" And then he just gets confused by the glass and he bumps into it. Because he's confused.
Very good. He's very confused and he's not very happy. He's quite scared. And then what happens? Nemo gets stuck in the...
To
Good girl. Well done, Nancy. Perfect. Really good girl. Okay, so Nemo meets the tank gang and they try to help him out of the tube. He gets really scared and he gets stuck in this tube, and all of the tank gang try to help him, apart from one person in the tank gang. One character in the tank gang doesn't want to pull him out. Michael.
Gil.
Good job. What does Gil want Nemo to do, Michael?
Gil wants Nemo to get out of the tube himself.
Very good.
Do things by himself, and his dad don't need to help him anymore.
Very good. Well done, Michael. Perfect answer. So Gil wants Nemo to get out by himself. Gil believes in Nemo. He wants to try and teach Nemo to be more independent, to do things by himself. Okay, then your second homework was a character relationship map. So well done to Kitty. Kitty, I've used yours as an example as it's a great example. Well done to you. So Kitty wrote in the thoughts, "You can't remember the white boat." So Marlin's quite angry looking here. He's getting quite annoyed with Dory for not remembering things. Dory's thoughts are, "I see the white boat. Follow me," because she thinks that she can remember. Marlin's feelings is that he is angry and sad, which is perfect. And Dory's feelings are that Dory is happy, or is that Dory is happy. Then Kitty wrote a little bit about their relationship and their interactions. Dory has a short-term memory loss, which makes Marlin very, very angry, which is perfect. So well done, Kitty. Good girl. Okay, then I asked you to draw your favorite setting. Now, so many of you did beautiful drawings, but I love this one. And some of you did beautiful drawings, but did not label your drawing. So I asked you to label the characters and label the things. Now, I don't know whose this is, but I think it's from someone in this class. I think it might be Dami's, but there was no name on it. Dami, yes, I was right. I thought this was your drawing. Dami, well done. This is a beautiful drawing. I love bloat, and I love that you wrote that Deb is making bloat normal. Very, very good. A really good drawing. So some of you drew the abandoned shipyard with Bruce. Some of you drew Marlin and Dory meeting, and some of you drew, and most of you actually drew the setting of the fish tank. But well done, your drawings are so beautiful, and I had I had a lot of fun looking at them. Okay, guys, let's go ahead and get started on part 3. Now, part 3 was a lot longer than part 1 and part 2. Part 1 and part 2 were only 15 minutes long. Part 3 was 30 minutes long. So there was a lot to learn in part 3. So let's have a look at some of the causes and effects of part 3. So just to jog our memory. Okay, what is a cause and effect? Kitty, can you read this for me?
The cause is why something happened. The effect is what happened.
Good girl, thank you very much. Then we're going to have a look here. There's a little frog holding an ice cream. Well, let's have a look at the cause and effect here. Vicky, can you read this out for me? Cause.
The sun was hot, so my ice creams melted.
Good girl, well done. The cause is the sun was hot. And what that made happen was the ice cream melting. So the ice cream has melted because the sun was so hot. So the cause is always why something has happened, and the effect is what has happened. Now, last time we went through causes and effects of part 2, I gave you the cause and I asked you to tell me the effect. But this time, I'm going to give you the effect. So I'm going to tell you what happened, and I want you to tell me the cause. Why did this happen? Hi, Fam, actually. Can you read this out for me, please?
Effect, they had to swim deep down under the dark ocean and find an
Angler,
fish
fish.
to get it.
Lovely, great. So good to hear you, Hi, Fam. That's great. Okay, so the effect is they had to swim deep down under the dark ocean and fight an angler fish to get it. What was the cause? What were they getting? Bah!
They follow the mask
Good.
and they cannot say anything. And they follow the anglerfish lights.
Very good. Well done, Bo. Okay. So the cause is that Marlin and Dory dropped the mask. The mask is very important. It has the address of the dentist, Philip Sherman, who has captured Nemo. So the mask is super important. So when they drop it, Marlin becomes very angry and they go down to the deep, dark part of the ocean and they find this really scary anglerfish. Good work, guys. Okay, next. Now we're with Nemo and the tank gang. The effect is this. Carrie, can you read for me, please?
Gil come up
With
a with a plan for a way to save Nemo from Darla.
Darla. Good girl. So the effect, so what happens is that Gil comes up with a plan for a way, for a way to save Nemo from Darla. Now, what does the tank gang do to Nemo? What do they want Nemo to do? Okay, Simon, go ahead.
Just wake Nemo and let him go to the go to see Gil and let's just say that he have to swim the ring of fire
Good.
and the last one they will call him as the shark bait.
Very good. Well done, Simon. So Bloat says you must swim through the ring of fire. And when Nemo swims through the ring of fire, it means that he will be a part of their club. Okay? What they're doing is they are initiating him. And what that means is that they're bringing him to part of their family. They want him to be part of their club. Well done, Simon. So Nemo becomes part of the tank gang. He becomes one of their own. And then Gil says, because you are now one of us, Sharkbait, we cannot let anything bad happen to you. So we're going to come up with a plan to save you from going to Darla. Okay, so what happens here? So here we have some moonfish. That's what these fish are called. They're called moonfish. Now the effect here is the moonfish told them the way to the East Australian current. Now, why did that happen? Because Marlin was chasing the moonfish, asking for help, but they were ignoring Marlin. They didn't want to talk to Marlin. So what happened that made them want to talk to Dory and Marlin? Nancy.
Yeah, they saw Dory, and it's all like Marlon tell Dory that he doesn't need her help anymore, and she sobs. The moonfish felt sorry for her, and the moonfish um, tell her everything, calm her down, and now they shape into different shapes to let her guess. Marlon says all of the right answers and says, "Shut up, clown boy," and then it's something like that.
Something like that. They do call him Clown Boy. They say, hey, Clown Boy, they want the lady to guess because the moonfish are being really nice to Dory. They see that she is sobbing, like you said, and they say, hey, is this guy bothering you? And she says that she doesn't remember, and she asks Marlin if he was bothering her. But yes, Nancy, you are right. So Marlin says to Dory, you know what? I don't want you to help me anymore. I don't need your help. I'm done with you. This really upsets Dory because clearly she really likes Marlin and clearly she wants to be on this adventure with him. So well done, Nancy. Perfect. The cause is that Marlin made Dory sad because he wanted her to leave. The moonfish see this happening and they come over and they help. Well done, Nancy. Ooh, okay, this is one of my favorite parts of the movie. Okay, so what's happening here? What kind of animal do they get surrounded by? Demi.
Jellyfish.
Jellyfish, very good. And why are jellyfish dangerous? Kitty.
This thing.
Good girl. They have tentacles right here that can sting you. Has anyone ever been stung by a jellyfish? Raise your hand if you have been stung by a jellyfish. Well, I have also never been stung by a big jellyfish. Sometimes you see very small jellyfish in the sea and they can give you small stings. They do hurt, but not so much. Also, Michael, you've just written in the chat box, Australian box jellyfish. What can you tell me about an Australian box jellyfish, Michael?
It have one of the deadliest things in the whole jellyfish family.
Very good, Michael. An Australian box jellyfish is one of the world's deadliest creatures. Its sting can kill you. It has a very, very powerful sting. So, in its tentacles, if the tentacles touch you, they wrap around your skin and they send like a burning sensation, maybe like an electric shock kind of feel. They're very, very, very dangerous. Well done, Michael. Really good. Now, let's have a look at the effect here, and I want you to see if you can guess the cause. Okay, Mooney, can you read this for me?
They were surrounded by jellyfish and had to jump on top of them to escape.
Good girl, Mooney. Okay, so the effect is that they were surrounded by jellyfish and they had to jump on top of them to escape. What is the cause? Why are they surrounded by jellyfish? Okay, Dami, go ahead.
Dory was stung by a small jellyfish, and Marlin kicked it out of Dory's way by his tail.
Very good, well done. So Dory gets stung by a very small jellyfish and Marlin swats it away. Now this is quite important. Marlin said when this happens, Dory asks Marlin, hey, how come it didn't sting you? Now, can anyone remember what Marlin said? Because Marlin said it did sting him, but there was a reason that it didn't hurt so much. Wei Ming.
Because sea anemone and jellyfish thing are the same.
Very good. They're very similar. Well done. Good job, Dami, as well. So because he lives in an anemone, the anemone stings as well. If you remember the beginning of the movie, Marlin asks Nemo to brush, which is a bit of a joke because it's like us brushing our teeth. So Nemo goes into the anemone and he brushes. He moves up and down. And Marlin says, you don't want the anemone to sting you. So because clownfish live in anemones, their body is used to being stung sometimes. So when he gets stung, it doesn't hurt him as badly. Well done, Zui Ming, and well done, Dami. Okay, why did they end up surrounded by the jellyfish? What did they do? They made a mistake. Dory was told to go a certain way when it came to the trench, and they didn't. So what happened? Go ahead, Sui-Ming.
Because Dory remembered that to go into the rocks, but Marlin tricked her because he knew that Dory has short memory. So
Very good. Yeah, perfect. Well done, Ming. So Dory gets told to go through the trench. The moonfish say, when you get to the trench, go through it, not over it. So when she gets to the trench, she says, I think we should go through it. And Marlin thinks she's crazy. He's looking at the deep, dark trench, which does look very scary. And Dory says, come on, trust me. That's what friends do. And like Ming said, Marlin does not trust Dory, and he tricks her. He says, ooh, something shiny. It just went up here. Let's swim up there. So when they get to the top, they feel really good that the air is so bright and clear, but unfortunately, they get surrounded by jellyfish. Well done, Ming. So Marlin and Dory swam over the trench, and this caused them to be surrounded by jellyfish. Okay, last one. So we meet some new characters, and we meet this character. Who is this? I'm going to unmute you all. Shout out his name. Very good. It's Crush, dude. So we meet Crush, the sea turtle. What do we think of Crush? Who likes Crush? Raise your hand if you like Crush. Yeah, lots of people are raising their hands. Crush is really cool. He's like a surfer dude. Yeah, very good. Okay, let's have a look at the effect. The effect is Kitty. Kitty, can you read this for me?
Crush sees them and helps them. He takes them on the East Australian current.
Good girl. He takes them on the East Australian current. Okay, so the effect here is that Crush sees them and helps them, and he takes them on the East Australian current. What is the cause? Who does Crush see, and why does he help them? Michael.
They told him that Marlin had lost his son, and then Crush tries to help them.
So not quite, because they don't get to tell him that, because what happens is, so when they're racing through the jellyfish, Marlin gets out. He gets out really quickly. He has a game and he's laughing about it. But when he gets out, Dory is not with him. So what does he do, Michael? He goes
inside.
Good. And he saves Dory. But when he saves Dory, he gets stung many times as well. And when they get out, he's saying, stay awake. Stay awake. Okay? Because sometimes when your body is in so much pain, your body wants to go to sleep to help protect you. So if something bad happens to you and you get hurt really badly, usually you will faint or you will pass out. And this is because your body is in so much pain that your body wants you to go to sleep so that you will not feel pain. So at the end, afterwards, they both fall asleep. They both faint. So what happens here is, like Michael said, Marlin and Dory got stung by the jellyfish and they fainted. So Crush sees all of this happening and he decides to help. Okay, the last thing we're going to do today is we're going to look at character relationships. Like I said, we'll be doing quite a lot of this because character relationships change. They change all through the movie. They develop, they get stronger, and they get better. Now, let's have a look. Marlin and Dory. Okay, let's talk about Marlin and Dory. What troubles do they have to go through in part 3? They go through a lot of troubles. What happens to them? I can think of 2 main things that are really bad that happen to Dory and Marlin. So we can tell there that their relationship is getting better, isn't it? Because at the beginning, Marlin and Dory didn't have a great relationship. Dory was very hopeful and very helpful towards Marlin, but after Marlin learned that she had a memory loss problem, he thought that she was crazy, he thought that she was wasting her time. But we can see their relationship getting better and better. We can see that Marlin is starting to care about Dory. When they get to the trench, Dory tells them to go through it. What does Marlin say?
Marlin says, we should go up
and over it. Good job. So Marlin says we should go up and over it because it does look scary. But Dory asks him to trust her. And he says, trust? And she says, yeah, that's what friends do. So Dory feels like she is Marlin's friend, but Marlin doesn't quite believe that. He actually tricks Dory. So again, this is showing that it's still not very nice. But when Dory is stung by the little jellyfish, Marlin is very caring. He comes over and he wants to see it. He wants to help her. He says, okay, so you don't touch them anymore. And then Dory gets stuck in the jellyfish race and she gets really badly hurt, and Marlin goes back to save her. So we can tell that Marlin is starting to care about Dory and their friendship is growing. Okay, who can read this paragraph? It's quite long. Haling, can you read this for me? When they
dropped the mask, Marlin got angry and
blamed
Dory. When they have to swim down into the dark part of the sea, Dory is positive and hopeful. She says,
just keep swimming.
Marlin tried to get rid of Dory and she gets upset. When they get to the track, Marlin doesn't listen to Dory. They go over the train to
Not
do it. Dory gets stung by lots of jellyfish. Marlin returns to save her. She is brave and is starting to care of Dory.
for Dory. Lovely reading. Good girl, Haling. Thank you. Okay, so we can see in part 3 that the relationship between Dory and Marlin is getting stronger. It's getting better. Marlin is starting to care for Dory and he doesn't want bad things to happen. At the beginning, he wants to get rid of her, but by the end of part 3, we can tell that their friendship is blossoming into something stronger. Okay. The next relationship is between the Tank Gang and Nemo. What do we think of this relationship? Is it getting better or getting worse?
Getting better because they become friends.
Very good. Well done, guys. Their relationship is also getting better. Who can tell me why? What happens in the movie that tells you why their relationship is getting better? Nancy.
First, I'll tell you this that when Jill calls him shark bait and they let him join their club, Nemo gets happy. And one day, Gil tells Nemo that go up to the tube and look at the cleaner.
Mm-hmm.
And he throws, and when he's inside, Gil throws a stone inside there, and then he says, "Now carefully place the stone near the fan." You see the fan, and Nemo yells, "Yes!" And then he puts it there, but scratches his fin a few times.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, that thing starts working again. When that night, McGill says to Nemo, "That's all. I have no more plans." And then
Yes.
one morning, he does it by himself because
Oh, we haven't got that far yet. That's part 4. That's part 4. So we're only learning about part 3, but good girl, you are right. So you just told us about the plan. So the Tank Gang, they make Nemo part of their family. They even give him a new name. They call him Sharkbait. They are including him into their group. And because he is part of their family now, they say, because you're one of us, we're not going to let anything bad happen to you. We're going to save you from going to Darla, and we're going to help you get back to the ocean. So Gil comes up with this plan that Nemo would swim into the filter and wedge it closed or wedge it shut with a pebble, like Nancy said. However, the plan does not work. The pebble is not wedged in well enough. The fan starts moving again, and Nemo almost gets sucked into the fan, which would be very, very bad, as this would probably result in Nemo dying. This could kill Nemo. It's very, very, very dangerous plan. And after this happens, the Tank Gang rush to help Nemo and they hug him. And Peach says, please don't make him go back in there again. So all of this is showing that their relationship is developing. Jenny, can you read this for me, please?
The Tank Gang asked Nemo to be part of the
Club.
club. This shows they care about him and treat him like family. They come up with a plan to try and save Nemo from Dora and try to get back to the ocean.
Good girl, well done. So they come up with this elaborate plan, but does it work? Yes or no?
No.
No, it does not work, unfortunately. Nemo almost gets killed. Okay, the last character relationship we're going to analyze today is between Crush and Squirt. Okay, how are they related? Are they friends? Are they family? Simon.
Their family and their and their like they prove that they like bros.
Yes, they act like they're bros. Very good. Well done, Simon. But they're not brothers, are they?
Yeah, but they just act like that because they want to be cool.
Very good. Well done, Simon. They just act like that because they want to be cool. Now, Simon, can you tell me, how are they related? They're not brothers, but they are
Family and friendly. Very cool.
good. So, Squirt is the son and Crush is the...
Dad.
Good job. Well done, Simon. Amazing. So they are father and son. Crush and Squirt are father and son. Now, when Squirt gets thrown out of the East Australian current into the big blue sea, Marlin panics. Marlin says, "Oh my goodness," and he goes to swim to help him. But what does Crush do? Zweeming, do you remember?
He said that he will go in back. He could go in by himself back.
Good, good, well done. He says, "No, no, let's see what Squirt does flying solo." So what that means is he says, "No, it's okay, don't help him. I want to see what he can do for himself." So I think what the writers are trying to do here is I think they're trying to compare and contrast Crush and Squirt to Marlin and Nemo. So Marlin and Nemo are father and son. Crush and Squirt are father and son. But with Crush and Squirt, their relationship is different. They've got a really good relationship, but Crush lets Squirt be independent. He doesn't protect him as much as Marlin protects Nemo. Okay, I would like Michael to read this for me.
Crush and Squirt are father and son. When Squirt gets thrown out of the East Australian current, Marlin panics, but Crush is calm. He wants to see what Squirt will do on his own. They have a very good relationship.
Good job. Well done, Michael. And what does Squirt do? Does he get back into the current by himself? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, he does.
I'm sleeping.
And he's okay. He comes back in, he says, "Dad, Dad, did you see me? Did you see what I did?" He's excited and happy that he was able to do it by himself. So this is a big contrast in Marlin's relationship with Nemo and Crush's relationship with Squirt. So I think this is teaching Marlin how to become a better dad and how to be less protective. Okay, guys, that is the end of our class today. So I'm going to show you your homework. So please get your books and circle the pages. Page 41 and 42. And what I want you to do is I want you to fill in as much as you can about the relationships between Marlin and Dory, Nemo and the Tank Gang, and Crush and Squirt. So what I want you to do is I want you to write the events that happened. How does Marlin feel towards Dory, and why do you think that? So here you can write, Marlin doesn't trust Dory. What makes you think that? They swim over the trench, not through it. And then Dory, what is her relationship? She wants Marlin to trust her. She thinks they are friends. Then you write a conclusion sentence here about the relationship. So you can say the relationship is bad, the relationship is good, the relationship is getting better. I want you to use your own words, but of course, use the PowerPoint to help you. So I want you to do that for Marlin and Dory, Nemo and the Tank Gang, and also between Crush and Squirt. Okay, do I have any questions about this homework? Perfect. Okay, now there's one more homework, but the next homework's very, very short. Have a look. Last homework is this, cause and effect. Match the cause to its effect on the table below to recall the two friends' journey. So this will take you not very long at all. I want you to get a ruler to make it as neat as possible and draw a line. Draw a line from the cause to the effect. So Marlin and Dory dropped the mask. What did this make them do? What happened? So guys, your homework is page 41, 42, and 43. Now 43 is a very short homework. That's why I've given you 3 homeworks today. Okay, guys, since there are no questions about your homework, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to say goodbye. Okay, guys, so what I want you to do for tomorrow is please do your homework. We are going to finish part 3 tomorrow, but we're also going to start part 4. So I want you to watch part 4 of the movie today, please. Okay, guys, on that note, I'm going to leave you and I will see you tomorrow morning. So goodbye, everybody.